Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher, and today I want to discuss the difference between true, inspired, great art and dark arts, perverted, inverted, dark arts. So, first of all, art, I'm looking at any type of creation, whether it be visual art, whether it be music, whether it be a performance art, whether it be poetry, a literary work, anything. And when we're looking at art in its pure form, art that's inspired by a muse, or by a creative spirit that is higher, and then the human is simply a conduit that is allowing that spirit to move through them in a unique way. This type of art puts the receiver of the art in a place where they feel more connected with their true self, with a higher piece of their self, and more connected with a higher energy in general. And this is the spirit of true art. Now, I'm making this video because what I've noticed today is there's a lot of what I call the dark arts, which is an inverted, perverted art. And the dark arts, what they do is they pull a human spirit out of itself and and they promote this lower level of consciousness by mindless consumption of the so-called art. And this type of art pulls the consciousness out of the individual and puts it out on an agenda, or puts it out worshiping a cult of personality. And what the dark arts kind of look like is they're art that doesn't really stir anything up in and of themselves, but because you're shown it so many times using the technique of NLP, just the repetition of it, you start to take it on in your subconscious. And dark arts tend to produce a lot of catchphrases and cliches, where you'll hear people just spitting out these cliches and catchphrases that have no meaning and no real connection to them or their soul, but because they've been conditioned to say them and repeat them so many times, that's what they do. And dark arts, again, disconnect the person from themselves. They get them worshiping some kind of movie star or rock star or actor, this worship of the external cult of personality, and more worshiping that from the status of it, as opposed to feeling a genuine connection with the actual artistic work that they're engaging with. So this is just something I've noticed. And again, there can be some gray area, because when you're a professional artist, there is marketing involved. Usually when you have to make a living at something, it can start very pure, but once you get stuck in that, or when that becomes your career, you might use some dark arts tricks, and there might be times where you go back and forth from a pure art to a dark art, or when you are asked to do favors for certain institutions, then you go into the dark arts. And you could be, again, a pure artist at one time. There are many pure artists I looked up to that have sadly gone into the dark arts later in their careers. And again, art is something that is deep to the human soul. Like Paul Chek says, when he's working with a client that is suffering a physical or a spiritual mental ailment, ask, when was the last time you sang, danced, told stories? The last time, again, you embraced the art and the creativity that the human soul thrives on. So that being said, go out. Hopefully today you're going to either create some pure art of your own, or see some pure art that's out there in the world, and be stirred and just feel more connected with yourself, and wake up to the truth and the glory of your human experience and who you really are. And I will see you on the other side. Be well, my friends.